Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Ritmix RSL. My name is Promise, and we have some amazing games in store for us. Some of them some really notable players are going to be playing in this tournament. First game up, we are going to have FXO Slavic. I believe he's a Russian Zerg player, going to go up against Creator Prime. It will be Zerg versus Protoss. And let me give you guys a little bit of information in terms of the actual map pool. These maps are going to be the ones chosen from the World Championship, which Blizzard did hold a few weeks ago. The maps are going to be WCS Cloud Kingdom, Daybreak, Ohana. All these maps are, of course, Ladder Edition, guys. Take into consideration. We also have WCS Antigua Shipyard, Entombed Valley, Shakira's Plateau, and of course Tal'Darim Altars. So a pretty standard map pool. All these maps are fairly known in the players' sort of, I guess, practice routine. These are ladder maps. Basically, a lot of these maps are being used in other tournaments such as MLG, IPL, things like that. But let me also go ahead and bring up the brackets for you guys. We have so many sick players in this tournament. And just take into consideration, this is going to be a best of 5 Group A, which is the group we're going to be doing today, which is, of course, going to be Empire Cass, the European Terran player himself. We also have FXO Slavic, who I just mentioned, and Creator Prime. Group B, which will be done, I believe, this Friday, will be Roxkiss Titan, the Protoss player, FXO Strelok, the Terran player, LGIM Lucira. Group C will be 3D Unix, MTW Damaga, Mao's CC Mana, not Moro. It's because Moro's in the next group, guys. VP Bendy Verdi, FXO Braddock, Mao's CC Moro, which is going to be Group D. Wrapping that up. Group E will be FXO Lally, Roxkiss Freyr, Startail Bomber. And Group F, of course, VP Bendy Turek, Roxkiss Slivko, and Grubby. I'm sorry if I'm saying these names wrong. I'm trying my best right now. Some of them, they're really recognizable, but I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly. Group G, it's going to be Acer Bly, TT Esports White Raw, of course. This guy is sort of a fan favorite in the foreign community, in the Korean community, pretty much everywhere around the world. And of course, wrapping that group up, Group G will be Lucifron. Group H will be Roxkiss Pommy, not too sure exactly how you say it. 3D No Name. And TBA, and you guys might be wondering who TBA is. That's actually just to be announced, so that's going to get announced rather soon. But we're going to get started between game number 1, Creator Prime and FXO Slavic, in just a few minutes, guys, so stay tuned. This is the RSL. Alright guys, without any further ado, we are ready to get into game number 1 between Creator Prime and FXO Slavic. It will be a PvZ starting map. Here will be on WCS Entombed Valley. And this is going to be a best of 5 series, I believe. So these are going to be some amazing games. Very much looking forward to see the kind of stylistic play we're going to see from both players. And let's just wait until the game introduces, because I don't want to talk too fast or talk too much, give you guys too many spoilers. So we're gonna go ahead and just wait until the game loads. Man, these are gonna be some sick games. And just a little bit about the prize pool for this tournament as the game is loading. First place does get $4,000. Second place does get $2,000. Third place it gets $1,000. This is a group stage that we're in right now. 3 players are being put in each group. 1 from Europe, 1 from Korea, and of course 1, I believe, from Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we are ready to get into game number 1, guys. Welcome to game 1. This is Promise. Thank you again for joining me, guys. And we have a Protoss versus Zerg in store for us. In the bottom right position, spawning as our blue Protoss opponent, we are going to have not Marine King. This is going to be Creator Prime, of course. And in the bottom left position, is playing as the red Zerg pieces, we're going to have FXO Slavic. And let's talk a little bit about Creator Prime. What I know about Creator Prime is he is a very fantastic Korean Protoss player, extremely consistent in all 3 matchups, being PvT, PvZ, and of course PvP. I also believe he's extremely young, something like 15 or 16 years old. But this kid has huge potential to really make a name for himself, which he already has done in the foreign community, in the North American, European, of course, in those kinds of communities. But his opponent is going to be FXO Slavic, who is an extremely underrated Zerg player. A little bit of a miss micro there with the drones. I don't know if you guys caught that, but FXO Slavic, again, a very good Zerg player. He is extremely not inconsistent, but underrated, as I said. I believe he's had a few great tournament results, taking out a lot of big names, creating himself a huge amount of upsets. But this is going to be a good game because it is going to be on Entombed Valley, which some of you guys might be saying, wow, what's up with this map, man? Why is this map even being played? But Zerg players, to be honest, they don't really like this map in ZVP, given the fact that this third is, I mean, you can kill the destructible rocks, but anytime there's a destructible rock in vision for that third expansion of Zergs, it becomes extremely hard for opponents to go ahead and try to take the third. Now, the other options can be, of course, this expansion is very rare to take this at the third, but a pause here from Creator Prime. Sorry about that, guys. Just getting a little quick pause here from Creator. But as I was saying, the third is very hard for Zerg players to take, given the fact that there's rocks in between it. Usually you want to have a third expansion that's easily accessible, which is why it benefits a little bit for Protoss. Destructible rocks are not so hard to kill on in the early stages, of course, given the fact that you do have the Warp Gate technology. You're able to get out as many units as possible and take a quick third. But 2 base timings can also be a very good option on this map. You have a lot of small areas, small chokes, where you can go ahead and place force fields, trapping your Zerg opponent from doing any kind of significant damage to your actual army composition. But we're back in the game. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the openings from our players. Creator Prime opening up rather standard this far. Going to go ahead and open with a Forge Expand. Not going to play any kind of too greedy, going with the Nexus first. Immediately does get the Forge. Does want to be safe against any kind of early pools in case his opponent does that. Is he going to do that? If we look back home here in Slavic space, he does have a pool on its way, so he did open up pool first. Also did get a few 100 gas here, so he can go ahead and get started with his metabolic boost rather soon. There we do see metabolic boost on its way. And Creator Prime sees this. He sees everything that's going on in the base of Slavic. Given the fact that he's going to have speed rather soon, 4 links on the way right now for Slavic, he's not going to go all in at all with this. He's going to try to expand as quickly as possible, as safely as possible, and these links are just going to be pretty much map control here for the Zerg player. But back home for Creator Prime, you do see the Nexus is on its way. Forge completed, Cannon in a great position right now for Creator, as well as that gateway. And Slavic's on top of this again, scouting the expansion. Nothing out of the ordinary, no kind of quick gateway pressure, anything like that is going to come out here from Creator Prime. And Cybernetics Core on its way. Okay, now the question is going to come into effect here. Is Creator Prime going to try to take a quick third expansion, or is he going to go ahead and try to go for a 2 base timing? Now, a 2 base timing does not mean he has to go all in with it. He can go ahead, put on a little bit of aggression here onto his opponent, fall back, take a third expansion, and just give himself a little bit of an economic advantage. Looks like the probe going to try to come into the natural, make sure everything is going straight, and Slavic speed is just going to kick in right now for the Zerg player. He's going to go ahead and make his way across the map, and actually a Roach Warren on its way right now for Slavic. Slavic being a little bit aggressive. I'm going to have to kind of call this as an all-in build here from the Zerg player. 6 Roaches in production right now from Slavic. Creator Prime has no idea this is on its way. He has not scouted the Roach Warren, so at this point, he thinks it's only going to be metabolic boost, which is just going to be a little bit of map control for Slavic, but more Roaches in production at this point in the game, guys. 35 supply for Slavic, 33 supply for Marine King, aka Creator. But Creator, some way, somehow, has a little bit of an idea. He's going to go ahead and place a second cannon. Going to get started on his weapons +1. Production tab does show additional units on its way right now for Slavic. 2 additional lings. Does not want to get supply blocked. A little bit of a mishap here from Slavic. But there's the Roaches, man, making their way across the map. Creator Prime needs to hold this. If he can hold this, he is going to win this game. The fact that he has a natural up, he's way ahead in Harvesters. 35 probes to 15 drones right now. If he holds this, he is going to win the game. But Slavic definitely wants to do damage with this game, or with this push, excuse me. And there it is. Looks like the Roach is going to move in right now. 2 cannons are going to be up right now for Creator Prime. An additional 3rd cannon going to get placed down. Slavic trying to do his best to focus down some of these cannons. Creator Prime at this point is like, what is this, man? This is how you're going to start off this best of 5 with an all-in, and the second cannon goes down. But beautiful force field here getting placed down from Creator Prime. He is still ahead in supply, 47 to 44. Behind this, more additional roaches on its way right now. It looks like there's like no drones here at the natural expansion from Slavic, and he is still moving forward, guys. There's like 4 cannons again being placed down for Creator Prime, trying to do his best to hold on against this attack from Slavic. Sentries are going to go down, so Slavic doing a great job of focusing down these very, very heavy gas units. Additional roaches coming out. Creator Prime, man, he is in a bad position, although he did get the 4 cannons there. They're just all towards the right side here of his natural expansion. Slavic is just not giving any kind of break right now for Creator Prime, although he is doing a great job of sim-sitting with the pylons, with the gateways, as well as the cannons. That's just a lot of roaches at this point. Slavic going to give himself a supply lead, 48 supply to 34. +1 going to finish for Creator Prime, but that's not really going to help right now, just given the fact that he has no kinds of units out on the map. Probe's even going to get pulled off the mineral line right now. It is not looking good for Creator Prime. I think Slavic is going to take a 1-0 lead in this best of 5, guys, unfortunately. Great build overall. I mean, whether it's an all-in or not, just a very, very solid opening, or a solid way to start off this best of 5 series. Probe's going to get pulled off again, going down rather quickly. 52 supply all the way up for Slavic, 15 for Creator Prime. Game number 1 is going to go to our Zerg player, FXO Slavic. And guys, we're going to go ahead and get into game number 2 rather soon. Stay tuned. This is Promise, casting the RSL. Alright guys, we are going to get into game number 2 between FXO Slavic and Creator Prime. Game number 2 will be played on WCS Cloud Kingdom Ladder Edition, of course. Man, what a game number 1 between Slavic and Creator Prime. Just a very solid build from Slavic. Creator Prime not really getting the better angle of that engagement, but you know, he did hold off for as long as possible. Didn't do a great job, but given the fact that Slavic was just so aggressive with the roaches, Creator scouted the expansion, everything was just there. But you know what, let's stop talking about game number 1, guys, because we are getting in game number 2 between Creator Prime and FXO Slavic. Game number 2 here being played on Cloud Kingdom Ladder Edition. This is a best of 5. Currently we do have